River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Niner Nuts. I'm Indiana Dan here with Mr. Jimmy B. No Eric today. He will be back on Monday. He's taking a sabbatical today. Mr. Jimmy B, the OG2 host, just the two of us. How we doing, man?
Yeah, back to the old days when it was just you and me.
Yes, reminiscing about that glorious Green Bay game. Yeah, we are here, guys, and as we always do on Friday, we have lots and lots of parlay picks. We're not going for broke on one. We're going big as we do every single week. Disclaimer, of course, we are just here for the entertainment. Do not take our advice as financial advice. Follow your local rules and whatnot. Call 1-800-GAMBLER if you are someone you know has a problem. There we go. Now we can say whatever we want. But of course, please gamble responsibly. Don't necessarily copy our ticket unless you're sold by us. Pick any of these you want. These are just the picks that we like, and we use DraftKings. We love DraftKings. We are not paid to say that, by the way. I have to make that abundantly clear. The grapevines of YouTube have told me that we have to make it abundantly clear when we are not sponsored by somebody. We just really, really like them. But yes, here we go. We have 11 picks and 11 things that we like. This covers damn near every game. Obviously not Thursday or Monday. We always skip those. We tape on Thursday, so that'd be pointless for a Thursday game anyway. But yeah, Jimmy, we got a lot to cover. Let's just dive right in. Our first pick here is Ja'Marr Chase getting 60 yards at least against the New York Jets. There's a reason that is minus 393. I wish Eric was here to tell us if where that was adjusted from, because that surely has to, like, the baseline had to have been
like 100 yards, I would think. You know, after last week or whatever, when Joe Flacco just basically threw the Ja'Marr Chase the whole damn game.
I mean, it's funny because I have T. Higgins on my fantasy team. I noticed him too. Like, he had a lot better yards per catch, and I think he also had like 6 or 7 catches. So that's what's confounding about Jacob Browning, is that why did Joe Flacco, with basically less than a week's preparation, turn out a game like that, and Browning hasn't for 6 weeks? And now they're going up against the Jets at home.
And the thing about it is, Joe just needs to play for the Steelers to complete the whole like AFC Central, plays, because Ravens, Browns, now he's on the Bengals. So somehow, some way, we got to get Joe Flacco to the Steelers to complete like the division sweep.
If Aaron does call it quits after this year, like he's speculated, and we fall for following that every damn offseason, except us, where I don't care. We didn't even really follow it this past year, but yeah, no. If Aaron retires and Joe wants to go one more time, I mean, an opportunity to play with Coach Tomlin wouldn't necessarily be bad, because he's on pace to get over 500 like he has for the last 18 years. So, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
But no, what's there to really say about this game? I'm not trying to rush this one, but like, it's the Bengals against the Jets, and I don't know. I will say I think Joe Flacco is going to regress like a little bit. Like, I don't think this is going to be a full-blown trap game, but Ja'Marr Chase for 60 yards obviously is going to happen, but I don't think he's going to have another 16-catch game. Like, take that one off, and maybe. I think the Jets are going to prepare a little bit for that, but the Bengals should still walk away very easily with this and get to 500.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, going on to the next one. The Falcons, fresh off their loss against us, they get to go back home and they are facing the other worst team in the league currently, the Miami Dolphins, who, oh dear Lord, that game, it wasn't the ultimate tank game. The Browns actually took advantage of a bad team, and it says a lot about the Dolphins that the Browns look competent playing them. But Bijan Robinson anytime touchdown is surefire. It's more than likely going to happen. Like, he scored against us, and so we're all very confident he's going to score against the Dolphins. This game, I think, is going to be. I would not be surprised if the Dolphins did end up covering the spread on this. Like, I'm sure the spread's not favorable at all, but the Falcons might be going out there with Kirk Cousins, who last time we saw was pretty bad. So it's going to be.
It's 1 o'clock. So it's 1 o'clock. I think, that's where Kirk Cousins shines.
That is true, and he's just been waiting, so maybe he'll take advantage of this opportunity. But I don't know. Michael Penix he's 50-50 because we hurt his knee on one of the sacks we took on him or threw at him. But I don't know. It's amazing Mike McDaniels hasn't been fired. Tua, I think it'd be better for them if they want to try to salvage something. Just see what they got in the next quarterback, because Tua has just been ass for the last month. I don't know. The Falcons, I don't really know what kind of team they are either. Like, they're a 3-3. They sometimes look good, sometimes look bad. If the Niners weren't playing at 1 o'clock and I was actually going to do a split screen, I still can't say I would watch this game. But I don't know. I hope this is entertaining for the people that are going to be at that game. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on this one?
I mean, I mean, Kirk Cousins at home against either the worst team or like one of the worst teams in the NFL. Bijan Robinson, we saw a lot of last week when they faced the 49ers, a lot of the offense for the Falcons uses Bijan Robinson. So, yeah, I think anytime touchdown is definitely a good bet in this one.
Yeah, the guy that literally is their offense, for sure. And speaking of somebody being used like that, our next game, obviously we'll have final thoughts on this game like at the end of the show like we usually do. But the Niners going to Houston, they are not favored. Houston's just still barely favored. I will still just, like I said, I'll reserve more of my thoughts for the very, very end when we do our final, what I've been calling our final prayer for the weekend. But when Christian McCaffrey is getting at least 6 catches, if not more, as a receiver and carrying the ball 20 times, or I should say at least 15 times, it's pretty. That seems fair. A -165 because he did go through a touchdown drought at the start of the season, but I don't know. Christian McCaffrey seems kind of rejuvenated from a scoring touchdowns perspective, so I feel confident that he will score in this game.
Yeah, with as many touches as he started getting in the last couple of weeks, it's hard to think that when they get down in the red zone or anything like that they're not going to go to Christian. So. We've seen over the past couple of weeks they've relied on him heavily, both on the ground and in the air. And so when you have a weapon like that, and you get anytime touchdown score with Christian McCaffrey, especially with these odds, these are like you said, they're pretty decent odds on this. So it's definitely a good parlay pick, I think.
Yeah, the Texans being at home, my last thought on it is the Texans being at home, I don't think is really going to help them, but the way that Seattle just walloped them, and they've been walloped all season, they just, I don't know, maybe we're idiots and Houston should be favorited. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not super worried though. And now, because I said that, the game's going to go terribly.
I know, right?
But onwards to our next game. The Buffalo Bills are going to Carolina. This is just another money line pick. The Bills over the Panthers. I still have confidence in this pick. I still think the Bills, because they have Josh Allen, is going to get enough done to beat the Panthers. And I will say, though, I would have also entertained the Panthers covering the spread, because the Bills, people have been finding chinks in their armor week to week, and the Bills have either lost or just skipped by the edge of their teeth. So, or the skin of their teeth. So I'm not saying that I regret this pick and that it's going to be a trap game for Carolina, but the Panthers, I wouldn't necessarily sleep on them. They are, you don't get 4 wins for nothing. So,
and they got the red rifle. Isn't the red rifle starting this game?
I don't know officially yet as of this taping Thursday.
That's what it said. When I saw, like, when I was searching through to see what bets I made, like,
he did have to finish last week.
Yeah, so he might be starting this game, but I'm not sure. They might not have even said at this point, so we might find out tomorrow. You know, when everybody's watching this, if he's going to start or not.
Let's throw that out there. Like, I don't think that's going to make that big a difference. Like, as old a long tooth veteran as he is, like, I don't see that making any better or worse. I won't say it will make it worse, but I don't think it'll make the chances better. I think it'll still I don't know if that's a backhanded compliment to Bryce Young that Andy Dalton plays just as good as him. Well, I think the Bills will do just enough, but the Bills are not invincible. That's the point. That's the bigger point I'm trying to get across, is that over the last 3 weeks, we've seen the Bills are not invincible.
Yeah.
I was just checking because speaking of my fantasy team, I have nobody that I need to worry about tonight. Cool. My fantasy team was just bugging me like, hey, it's Thursday. You need to change your lineup. Anyway, another money line pick for our next pick. The Patriots at the Browns, or the Browns going to the Patriots, other way around, excuse me. Yeah, I think the Browns, good for them. They did finally get a win. Remind me if it's 1 or 2. I think it's just, or no, it's 2 wins. Whatever. The Browns, though, going to New England, and New England going on the hot streak that they're going on right now. Drake May legitimately trying to make a case. Like, he's fringe MVP right now, if he can sustain this.
Nobody comes back from 6 points like Drake May.
Yep. He loves giving touches to booty. That's my favorite thing to say about the Patriots roster right now is give more touches to booty.
Yeah. I mean, they've been showing memes though all week about Drake May and his miraculous 6-point comebacks in every game. so yeah. But I mean, he seems to be gaining steam every week after week after week, and that Patriots team really does come to play. Behind Mike Vrabel, and it's going to be in New England, so I think I think like the money line is good in this one. Could the Browns upset them? Maybe, but
no. I would not take a rookie Dylan Gabriel who is going to have a very rude awakening going against a Mike Vrabel defense out on the road.
Yeah.
I don't personally really like that. Mike Vrabel's going to really rock. He's going to come up with some schemes to really rock Dylan. Like, it's no offense to him, but
yeah.
This is going to be a crashing back down to earth, I suspect. Did you, before I kind of steamrolled you there, did you have anything else you want to add to that?
No,
I don't.
No, I definitely, that's, Patriots definitely should win this game.
Yeah, and they're especially going to want to also because, like I said, like this, I'll put it this way. If we get something wrong, if we get one thing wrong and it's this game, I want it on record that I am not surprised if it's this. Because again, the Panthers aren't 4 wins for nothing. And yeah, I don't know. Buffalo needs to be very worried if they don't just run over Carolina, which could happen. And then because those Patriots right there,
yeah,
they're hot on their trail. I think they are ahead of them in the division right now. I
think so. Yeah, actually,
I'm pretty sure. So yeah, no, Buffalo's got a lot to play for since New England's not a pushover anymore. Yeah. What a nice 3 years or 4 years that was.
No, right?
On to the next one. The Cowboys and the Broncos. The Cowboys fighting horses. We are going ahead and riding it with the Broncos, who had that amazing comeback against the Giants last week, taking advantage of a very, 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 very bad Dallas defense that is only marginally masked by the fact that Dak Prescott, let's give him his roses. Dak Prescott's playing really damn good, especially now with with CeeDee Lamb back in the fold. But all that said, we think that George Pickens, 40 yards, that's still very likely going to happen even with Dez there because they are a really good 1-2 punch. But the Broncos are going to end up taking it away on the money line. Like, if the Cowboys come out swinging and get ahead of them fast, maybe. But again, that Dallas defense is just atrocious. And
yeah, and they're on the road too. Like
the Broncos are on the road.
No, the Cowboys are on the road.
Oh, yeah, I can't read. This game's in Dallas or in Denver. I'm going to stop talking. Dallas on the road. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, Dallas on the road. That defense on the road. In Denver, which is known for a home field advantage due to the higher, above sea level it is, and so the thinner air. So, and considering that, the Cowboys play Denver probably every 8 years in Denver. So just, I just think that'll be enough of a home field advantage. Plus the Cowboys just really, they seem to not really play well when they're on the road. So yeah, I think Denver money line, is definitely a good pick in this bet. Pickens, getting 40 yards. Yeah, I mean that's like 3 catches for him. So
yeah, he's still a diva, but he actually is growing up a little bit. I'll give him a little credit too. He's growing up a little bit here in Dallas, like he didn't get to be the number one except for the couple weeks that CeeDee was gone, but he's being more consistent. Let's say it that way. He's way more consistent than he was with Pittsburgh, and he's becoming less volatile. So that's good for him. But yeah, no, we're on the same page. Denver should still be able to take care of this defense or take care of this team at home. It shouldn't go as awry as the Giants game did. That defense has to be ready though, because Dak Prescott is playing really, really good football right now. It just sucks that for him that his defense is as bad as he is good on offense.
For sure.
All right. The next one, we got 2 more games to talk about. The next one, the Colts, the surprise of the season, I think it's very fair to say. The Colts are hosting the Tennessee Titans, and it feels like it was just yesterday or last week that the Colts went to Tennessee and dropped a hammer on them. My recollection of it wasn't even fair. Like how bad the Colts beat the Titans in Nashville. So now the Titans are coming here to Indianapolis. So Colts money line, that was minus like 1,400.
I know, it's ridiculous.
So bad. And then Jonathan Taylor, dude already has, I think, 3, if not 4, 3 touchdown games this season, and we're at week 8. I think it's 3.
I mean,
he's a
on
beast.
pace to, he right now I think he has a good argument for MVP, but definitely like I think I haven't seen the odds, but he's I would imagine he's the leader for Offensive Player of the Year at this point, with just his complete domination and just his sheer numbers.
Between him and Christian McCaffrey, like making the argument between the two of them, I think is at where we're at truly the halfway point of the season. I would agree it's a toss up between Taylor and CMC
for sure. So and then
mm-hmm.
You figure they're going to be on the back of Jonathan Taylor, and the Colts. I mean, there's a reason why they're heavy favorites. Tennessee is literally one of the worst teams in the league. Didn't they just fire their coach too? Like I think
they fired their coach last week, right before Vrabel showed up. They fired him the week that Vrabel was going to show up.
Right. Okay. So I mean, Tennessee's just
it's an interim coach, a rookie quarterback, it's no skill position players at all except Calvin Ridley, he's just a hair younger than me. I think he's 31 or 2.
Yeah.
There's the best player they have on defense is that lineman and Snead that they got from Kansas City last year. And like, that's it. There's no reason to have any faith that Tennessee is going to even cover the spread in this game. Just the Colts have the best offense in the league right now. Daniel Jones is having a renaissance. He's up there for MVP also. The Colts, like, until someone really like takes them down a peg, like the Colts, just broadly speaking, they do genuinely have a good shot at locking in the number 1 spot in the AFC. I don't care if that's like overselling them. Like, until I see otherwise, like the Colts are the team to beat in the AFC.
Yeah, they're definitely leading the pack. Shane Steichen and what he's doing with that offense, I think is really well. And the owner quality control right on the field, maybe has something to do with it. So
I know I would act better at work if my boss was literally
it's not just
directly
boss,
behind me.
Like the boss. It's it's like the boss. So imagine
Carly is
Walt
there with
Disney,
her clipboard.
Imagine Walt Disney, at one point coming to help you, hand out Mickey stuffed toys and sell those. Like you just act so much better and perform so much better, when the boss is right there in front of you, watching your every move, listening to every play, offense, defense, taking notes. Like, yeah, I do, with the way everything's going with them, I do kind of feel like maybe that has something to do with it.
Dude, this doing it for Irsay Mojo is really working right now. Like, yes, we are only halfway through the season, but like doing this this season, because Jim passed away in August or late July.
Yeah.
Like doing this for him, like he would be so proud of this team. And I think that intangible's gotta be a factor into this too. Like you wanna do this for him, impress the owners to keep your job, especially Ballard. Ballard's gotta be thanking his lucky stars that they're 6-1 right now.
Especially with Daniel Jones. Like, yeah, it's just so, because that's one thing, like in the past they've had like every single piece except for that one. And I really don't think they expected Daniel Jones to
be this good.
But, credit to Shane Steichen. You look at 2022 when he was the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, he had Jalen Hurts for the majority of the year as, the MVP. And that was Jalen's only second year as the full-time starter. So, so like Daniel Jones, who's, has been in the league a little bit more at this point, and I think they're doing things that he can do in a positive manner and playing to his strengths. And, a good run game always helps a quarterback.
But here's the thing, like, it says, like, Shane has proven to me that he is truly like a Bruce Arians, like a Kyle Shanahan, I guess Mike Tomlin to an extent, like a quarterback's coach. Like, you are going to be in a position to succeed, and now it's on. Like, he is now proven that Anthony was the problem. Like, I don't think there's a dispute there anymore. Like, Anthony is just not a good quarterback.
Yeah, if you look at, like, okay, in 2021 for the Eagles, in 2022 for the Eagles, like, so Shane Steichen took over offensive play calling after week 7 or 8 for the Eagles, and they were 2-5 when he was given the reins to the offense, and the Eagles ended up going like 7-3 the rest of the way to make the playoffs as a 7th seed. And then you figure, like, okay, he went 7-3, and then the following season, they were 14-3, won 2 games in the playoffs, and I mean, they put up 35 points against the Chiefs. So Shane Steichen is a really, really good, play caller. And like I said, it seems like he will look at his team, find out the best assets, what they can do, and just drive those and have them be the leading force of the offense.
This also shows too that I was very wrong about the defensive coordinator. I can't remember his name offhand, but we hired him from Cincinnati, and I remember laughing, just like, they got rid of Gus Bradley finally because he was just bad, but
right,
cool, we're getting the guy that couldn't do anything with Cincinnati. And guess what? It turns out Cincinnati's defensive players just are not good. Like,
yeah,
because this guy, I think his first name's Lou. He has made this Colts defense. I was already fringe, like, pretty good, like maybe the best JV player, worst varsity player, like, but now this Colts defense also is turned a corner, and this Colts defense looks really, really stout too.
Yeah, they're a very good team right now. And, they're driven, I mean, like I said, Shane Steichen truly is someone who, like I said, looks at the best, what your players can do, and just puts them in those situations. And so, yeah. I mean, all Colts all day for this one, I would think.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Like, I controlled myself, just like, what's the surefire, like, money line, Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Like, we'll see what happens if they just run it with him to kill the clock, or if it's going to be an all-Daniel game. We'll see. But I'm so happy my hometown team is so good now. It's been obnoxious. It's been obnoxious the last 8 years.
Is number 2, right? Indiana U is number 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Indiana football.
My Hoosiers are my Hoosiers are undefeated and number 2, only behind Ohio State right now. And I'm so happy. I think they play UCLA I think it's UCLA. I might be wrong. Because we just played Michigan State. I think it's UCLA this weekend. I can't remember offhand, but they don't have a real, like, tough game basically until the playoffs. Sure, but as long as they're still scoring 35 points and holding the other guys under 20, then like, I'm so proud of the Hoosiers. The Colts are great too. Like, both of my local football teams are good, and I'm so happy. They are my number 2 behind the Niners, of course. Niner nuts. Apologies, Niners, if I was gushing too much. We need to roll on to our last game. It is the Sunday Night Football game. The Green Bay Packers are going to the Steel City Aaron Rodgers facing off against his old flame, the team that he was with for 18 seasons, the Green Bay Packers. And the Packers, they've I don't know, something about them. They were a little close for comfort against the Cardinals. They got bailed out by Micah Parsons. That trade is paying off splendidly for them. But I don't know what to make of the Packers. Like, they definitely are not that team that I thought they were after 2 weeks. Like, and now they're coming into the Steel City, and Aaron Rodgers. This is the last team that Aaron has to beat in order to say he's beat all 31 other teams, or that he's beat all 32 teams in the league. It's under the primetime lights.
They're home dogs, man. Like
I feel bad for the Packers. I really don't see them coming out of this game.
I agree, man. Like Aaron Rodgers as a home dog against his own team or his former team.
That he won a Super Bowl with, mind you, if anyone's too young to remember 2010.
Yeah, and so and his demeanor seems different with the Steelers than last year with the Jets. He seems like, I don't know, like he's embracing sort of, his teammates that he has on the Steelers. I don't know if you saw, but they all went to like a Pittsburgh Penguins game.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, so like they all went together to like a Pittsburgh Penguins game, and they were just chilling in the box, watching the game, talking, eating, and he looked like, he was like, a relaxed, happier Aaron Rodgers, that we typically don't see, especially out in public, just because, what we see, he rarely lets us truly in or let us see like that side of him for whatever reason. But yeah, it seems like he's actually kind of like, in a better place.
This is the first time that he's had fun in the last 3 years, because the last 2 years with the Jets were terrible. That last year with Green Bay was awful. Like, this is probably the first time he's been actually happy in that long.
Exactly. You look at, okay, the situations that he was in, the coaches who were his coaches, like he's with Mike Tomlin,
he did not like Saleh at all.
He did not like Saleh at all. And so like he's with Mike Tomlin, who's been this respected coach in the league for like the last 15 years, for crying out loud. So like it's
almost 20. I think next year is his 20th.
He took over in 2007, I think. The 2007 season.
Okay.
So it's 18 years. Like Mike Tomlin's been in the league, who through all, the karma or whatever you want to be through, has always, he has never had a losing season with, what he's had. And especially since like Ben Roethlisberger's been gone for how long now? And he's still kind of like putting together these seasons with, makeshift QBs everywhere, duct tape, and so, I think, the fact that, he's been around as a head coach for a while, like he knows how to, treat a player like him, and,
he's no stranger to divas either. No stranger to a diva.
That is absolutely correct. 100%. So, and so like, this just seems like, okay, like, if you're going to bet any underdog at all this week, this just seems like the easy one. You have, the Steelers are at home for their hometown crowd, and Aaron's going to,
I agree on paper that Vegas is, I get where Vegas is coming from, because yes, on paper, Green Bay should be the better team. They should take care of business, but I'm with you and Eric on this one. The intangibles, you need to take the intangibles seriously. Aaron Rodgers wants to beat his old team, and when you least expect it, like, Pittsburgh could play down to how bad the team they play is. Mike Tomlin is very guilty of playing down to people a lot.
Yeah, very much.
But when the moment arises and there's like really something, Mike Tomlin can get that team firing on all cylinders, and Aaron Rodgers had this game circled on the calendar all the way back in April. There's no
100%.
way that he didn't.
100%. And so he's been looking forward to this game, and he's going to do everything possible to beat the Packers 100%. So, when this game came to my attention and that the Steelers were underdogs, I'm like, holy crap. Like, yeah, let's take this bet because this is really going to, boost our parlay.
Yeah, no, on paper, again, the Packers are a better team on paper, but this team is definitely underrated, and that is why our payoff is going to be so good because you got to go against the grain sometimes, listeners.
Well, and I think honestly, like people who bet and things like that will look at that game, easily take the Steelers money line, for that game. Like I think there are plenty of people out there who are bettors or whatever who are going to look at that game and just be like, they're giving how much on the money line? Like, so
yeah, kind of thinking about it too. Like the other underdogs, like I wonder if that's why it's plus 100 is Denver. Like I don't have it live in front of me, but I wouldn't blame people for thinking Dallas could take advantage of Denver because Denver had to crawl back from 30 points to beat the Giants. Like,
yeah,
and their offense is a juggernaut. But yeah, no, not to totally sideswipe it from this, but yeah, no, this Sunday Night Football game is going to be really, really exciting. A lot of that narrative for all of us that have been watching football for me, I've finally almost, I don't know when, I guess I'm still only 15 years, like really in the weeds on football, like, or 14 years. Cause I only really started getting in the weeds in that 2011 when I made my first fantasy football team. That's when I consider like getting really in the weeds on football.
So I don't know when Goodell came and actually streamlined the draft. I can't remember exactly when that was, but I watched the draft while Aaron Rodgers slipped and slipped and slipped and slipped and slipped. That year, it was between him and Alex Smith.
Yeah, 2005.
Yeah, to be the number one pick. And they said it before, like, hey, that's the spot where, yeah, the 49ers need a quarterback. But if you look at the rest of the teams and where they were picking, none of those teams were really in a place where they were like, oh, let's draft a quarterback. So like he slipped and slipped and slipped, and this isn't like slips in our era, like now the way it is, in the first round you don't hear your call name, you're waiting like 3-4 hours. Aaron Rodgers was stuck in that green room for like 8 hours with cameras in his face, falling and falling and falling and falling. Like,
what was it, pick 28, 25?
Something like 25, I think it was, the Packers had. And like, I mean, it was just, it was in an era where the first round took like 12 hours to do. Like it was just insane, like how long the first round would take. And like it was him falling was interesting, and like if you watch the Americas game or when he did win the Super Bowl with Mike McCarthy was actually, I believe, the offensive coordinator for the 49ers at that time and had interviewed him. And in his mind, like he was saying, oh, this is a no-brainer pick to pick Aaron. Like not only was like he, really, really good and had all these intangibles and stuff like that, but he was a California boy. The 49ers were his favorite team. Like it just seems so like
a Cal graduate.
Yeah, it seems so like natural. Like, hey, this guy is going to be a 49ers. the 49ers picked Alex Smith. And so
Utah boy.
I remember that draft and watching him just fall. And like,
that is going to be the what if of like my lifetime. Or one of the what ifs of my lifetime, like not just what if Andrew Luck didn't retire after year 8, what if Aaron Rodgers got picked first instead of 25th?
Yeah, I know. Like the what ifs, that could happen. That's probably you're right. That's probably one of the biggest what ifs that there was, that if he was drafted by the 49ers, that alternate timeline that could happen, like to think about it. So yeah,
it is wild to think that we were that close to having Aaron. But now what I know about Aaron, like obviously I didn't know back then, and he obviously wasn't the same person, to be fair, but I'm okay with it now because I just don't like who Aaron is now. But that's for another episode. Or for, I guess, several episodes. We've already addressed that. But let's go ahead now, take our minute to thank our sponsor, RoyalRetros.com. Boys Royal Retros is your go-to place to get yourself an authentic throwback jersey, whether it's for football, basketball, baseball, any of the major sports, they got you covered. But for all of us Bay Area fans, you need to check out that Candlestick collection. It's got 49ers gear, it's got Giants gear for baseball. And when you find something that you like, throw it in your cart and use the promo code Shady Sports. That promo code is going to get you 10% off of everything in your cart, not just the Candlestick collection, anything you throw in your cart. Promo code Shady Sports, and you'll get 10% off of that entire order. And it helps us out. It helps our EP Sam and everybody in the Shady Sports family of programming out. Again, just use that promo code Shady Sports to get 10% off of your entire order at RoyalRetros.com. Go get yourself an authentic throwback jersey today. Now, Mr. Jimmy B, we have t-shirts for sale, so let the people know about it.
So, guys, we've been trying to raise awareness about the lack of owner accountability in the NFL. When a player does something, we know right away. It can literally take like an hour after something a player does to be put on the news, analyzed, talked about. But these owners, they're getting away with some, seriously bad stuff. And so you can research the Saints, the 49ers, and, we saw what happened in Houston with their owners. And at one point, the minority owner of the Houston Texans was allegedly and was arrested and charged with, serious sexual crimes. Hence, why we are still raising money for our charity, Mountain Comprehensive Care Centers in Kentucky. And what we're doing is we're selling shirts. All the proceeds go to them. This is our statement. Owner standards are less than player standards. # owner accountability. You can get that for $22.99 in a t-shirt, and we have different colors, different styles, and different sizes of that. Next up is our podcast logo art. So if you follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen or watch to us, you will find this in the logo, $22.99. Get you that in a t-shirt, or we have different styles, different sizes. Next up, we have our alternate podcast logo art. This you can get for $22.99. We have that in different colors, different styles, and different sizes. And last but not least, how can you say no to our mascot, a nut, while eating nuts, cheering on the San Francisco 49ers? $22.99 gets you that in a t-shirt. Donate to Mountain Comprehensive Care Centers today.
Yep, our link again for the shop and information on Mountain Comprehensive Care Center are all in the show notes here, as they are every single week. We just want you to have a cool t-shirt and to know that you helped a family in need. Mr. Jimmy B, Eric is usually our breaking news guy. He's not here. I'll be honest, the main thing that I was seeing was just our practice report. I didn't see anything in particularly shocking breaking news.
When it comes to shocking and breaking news, I think the NBA gambling scheme is taking full force today.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it really is. Like Demo was dealing with a quad injury. Brock, we're still, I don't know. As of our taping right now on Thursday, it looks like it probably will be Mac because it's not been a glowing, like he's still practicing a little bit. That turf toe is really, really killing him. Like, thank God he didn't need surgery, but at this rate, like maybe that's what we could do next week is ask like when the hell is Purdy actually going to play again? but no, for sure that gambling story in the NBA, like we're a football podcast for sure. But yeah, the FBI dropped a pretty damn big bombshell. How many people were arrested? 30 people, players and coaches?
I've heard anywhere from 30 to 34 people between players and the coach Chauncey Billups, and then I guess there were some mafia members that were also part of the ring, that this gambling ring and this thing, and like there were two separate things that just went hand in hand with each other. Apparently, they were fixing poker games, apparently, and then fixing games was another thing that they were allegedly doing. And so if you go back to last night's Portland game before the news broke, the coach literally said, "Yeah, we just go out there and put all our chips on the table and see what happens." And so, for him the next day be implicated in a gambling scheme and purposely tanking games. Hey, yeah.
Nice choice of words there, Coach. Oh my God, I'm gonna definitely keep an eye on that. I'm a proud supporter of the Athletic. I'm gonna be following that because I want to see how far down the rabbit hole we go on that because that's pretty big. But no, everything else in like the football news world, like the Chargers and the Vikings are playing right now while we're taping. I don't have the score in front of me, but like, I don't know who's going to win that game.
Did they start playing? It's only 8:20. Like, have they kicked off?
Oh, yeah. No, they might kick off here in 4 minutes. That's true. 8:25 to in case anyone wants to dox us while we're taping. But yeah, no, that I don't care about that game, honestly. Like the Chargers, I can't make heads or tails on if they're good or bad anymore. I think they're too injured to be good now at this rate. But people said the same thing about us, and look at us. So I don't know. We get another episode of the Cards and Wins show, though, for the Vikings fans. So,
oh my gosh, watching him on Sunday, at times you saw why he, was, an MVP candidate in 2017. And other times you saw why.
Oh, sailing some passes.
But I think the funniest thing was he had to throw a lateral to the running back or whatever, and he threw it like 2 yards behind him, and it went out of bounds. So because they lost like 7 or 8 yards because he threw it too far behind him and it went out of bounds.
And does that count as like a fumble when he throws it? Because you said it lost yards. Does that mean they counted like a fumble?
I don't know if they counted as a fumble. PFF might consider it a turnover-worthy play, maybe. I just think it might be just like, I don't know, a 2 yard, like a lost run or something. I really don't know how to get scored. If anybody is an NFL scorer who watches this show, please let us know how something like that gets scored.
Because you saying that, it just sounds, I would think that would just be ball in the same place, incomplete pass. But if a lateral going backwards out of bounds, you never see that. So
I know it's like,
I'll be honest. That was part of my quad. So I remember you guys texted me but I didn't like actively. I can't remember which game I was focused on when that specific play happened.
Yeah, because you think of like fumble, there's no intention generally in that situation. Like, I don't know how it gets scored, but yeah. Anything else, Dan?
No, nothing. I just checked just to see the NBA is tipped off, which is hilarious that we had that gambling story right as tip off happens. But yeah, no, I just I guess I'll finish this with what I was saying, my aforementioned thoughts. After the way the Texans got walloped by the Seahawks, even though we're in Houston, I think we're gonna be okay. I really do. I'm gonna hit my table hard enough to break it, but honestly, I think we're gonna be okay. They probably won't have Nico Collins or Christian, or not Christian. I don't know. They have two receivers that are out, but even when they were playing, CJ Stroud's offensive line was terrible still. So
right.
I don't know, call it cocky. I don't feel that worried. I'm not really. I am more worried about the Giants, and we can address that when it's actually that week. But I don't know. Don't sleep on anybody, because that's always bad to sleep on people. But I think Kyle, I think we're going to be okay. I really think we're going to be okay, and we're going to be a 6-win team, 6-2. So I have confidence. I have faith. I feel like Eric. We should have recorded Eric his thoughts, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes though. So that's all I got. So
right.
we'll be back on Tuesday to recap what ended up happening and how much of our parlay we actually got right and all that jazz. And just thanks a lot, guys. Thank you for continuing to watch us. And be back on Tuesday.
Outro music, River Road, Justin Mute.
Beat the Texans, guys. We'll see you later.
River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long. River Road, where have all the women gone? Have they kissed her hand and waved you bye-bye? Have they thought about crossing your double yellow lines? River Road, they love the way you